Good afternoon from the Yorkshire Dales on this wet, bleak, windy afternoon. My name's Julie Carrick. I'm one of the authors of our book Losing It. My husband Martin is on the camera.
Oh yeah.
Our first book tells you all about how we lost our weight between 6 and 8 months. I lost 7 stone, my husband lost 5 stone, which totals obviously 12 stone. And it's predominantly our journal of how we did it, and in the back there's lots of lovely easy recipes including lots of tips. Subsequently, I've said it right today, we brought a second book which is Lost It and Loving It. In here it tells you all about how we've maintained our weight for the last 2 to 2.5 years, and today I'm going to do one of the recipes out of here, which is low fat gluten-free pastry. And before I carry on, I've already done the pastry and got it to the stage where it's ready, and I've just popped it in the fridge to cool it. A friend of mine's just walked in, so I've donned an apron, and I'd like to introduce you to Kitty, who's never done this before, so we're going to have some fun. This is Kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
Oh yes.
The pastry recipe can be found in Lost It, beg your pardon, on page, under Weekly Essentials, on page 205, and that's hopefully what it's going to look like.
Fingers crossed.
I'll just put in, it's not low fat actually, it's low carb.
Oh yeah, sorry. So the ingredients we use is ground almonds, ground flour or coconut flour, eggs. The recipe says unsalted butter, but because we're doing a savoury pie, you can get away with using salted butter, so you don't have to add any more salt. So you put all your ingredients in your bowl, whisk with an electric whisk until it all combines, and then you put the pastry into the fridge, which is one I prepared earlier that Kitty's going to enjoy doing.
I am. I'm confident.
Whoops, daisy. What I've done is, this is the pastry that I've already made. You can see that I've taken about a third of it off, and to save time, this is the third. I put it between 2 sheets of cling film on the work surface, and it's a big dollop. Get a rolling pin and just roll it out. To see, this is going to be the pastry's lid, and to make sure it fits, I just pop the pastry tin that we're going to use over that, and by the time Kitty's filled all this in and we've done the filling, that will fit on beautifully. But the best part about this pastry is, if it cracks, you just push it together with your finger and it works marvellously. So Kitty's going to have a go at this, so this is going to be good. So I'm just going to show her what we're going to do first. Actually, what I might do is I might just tip it out on there so you can see. Just take it out using a spatula. You know, you don't have to be.
This is the first time I've made any sort of pastry from hand. Never made pastry in my life.
So it's going to be an experience. This is easier than making normal pastries, says Julie today. But it's not been in the fridge as long as it should. But with Kitty coming for a visit, before I put the kettle on, I thought, why not? So she's going to get her hands dirty. I'll just move that out of the way into the sink. And if I just show you the first bit, and then I'm going to pass it over to Kitty. You just cut a bit of pastry on your knife, and you put it onto the pie dish. Put quite a bit round, and then you just push it down afterwards with one hand.
Yeah.
So that's it. Do the side first, and then any left put
That sort
on
of
there.
thickness.
Yeah, you can make it thick or thin, because at the end we're going to push it like that to make it slimmer. If it's easy, you can use the spatula. It's entirely up to you.
Let's give this a go.
I did a bit of plastering that was a bit like this.
My work probably will be like plastering.
No, I doubt it. Look at it, look at this expert.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. That's it, and then just dollop it all on, then you know.
Put it all on first.
Yeah, it makes it easy, makes it more interesting. But what we're going to do once we've done this, we're going to make a cheese and onion pie, because Kitty's vegetarian, and we all like this particular dish.
My family love it as well. It's a family favourite.
Kitty's and her family is one of our guinea pigs when we were writing both books.
Willing guinea pigs.
Yes.
Definitely willing.
Normally the pastry is a bit firmer, but as I said, Kitty's just appeared, so we thought, right, we'll use it.
I have a habit of just appearing.
It's all right. Everybody's welcome here. The more the merrier in Yorkshire.
I'm not using too much, am I?
Well, it don't matter because we'll just put it on the
Put it
base.
on the bottom.
Yeah, just dollop it, just put a few dollops on and then I'll show you how to get around that. This is beautiful because it's a way of showing people, you know, if you think you've made a mess, which you haven't, how it comes together. It's
right,
such a good pastry. Now, put the rest on first.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Just shove it on?
Yeah, just dollop it on. I told you to get a bit messy.
Can I just ask you something? Before you put the pastry in, do you need to pre-grease your tin?
No.
That's a good job.
What you do is, because we're using ground almonds and almond flour for this particular recipe, or even just using ground almonds with coconut flour, the natural oils out of the nuts will actually grease your tin for you. So that's why we don't bother greasing it. You don't even have to mess about with paper or anything. Look, I'll show you a little tip now, because Kitty's hands are a bit dirty, but she's going to get even dirtier in a minute. You can use a spatula and just push it down a bit. Spread it out. This just spread round like this. See, I'm helping her. Normally, if we weren't filming, I'd let her have a good play. And it's surprising. Our grandchildren are only 2.5, 3, and I can't wait for them to come up here and give them some pastry, which will be a little bit firmer because we'll have had time, we'll have a bit more notice. And then we can let them play with pastry, and then we can cook the pastry and they can eat it, can't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, now if I just show Kitty, I've spread it out quite evenly. It's not even enough really. So all you're going to do now is get a couple of fingers and do it quickly. Thin it down. And as you thin it, can you see how you're pushing it along?
Yeah.
And then you can go round and smooth them out. Oh, we want to try and get it up to the top, so you can do it like that.
Yeah.
Have a go, see how you get on. It's worse because we were just going to have a play, but Martin thought it was an ideal opportunity to film. That's it, lovely. That's it, just quick.
Quick.
Yeah, quick.
Quick.
Yeah, that's it.
And then
And then just pat it down with your fingers. And then if you want me to just use a spatula again, I think that'll do. Yeah. Just help out. Get it a little bit more even. It's just practice. It's like everything else. Practice, practice, practice.
You might be able to see that the pastry looks a little bit wet from where I'm filming, but once this is cooked, it goes absolutely beautiful and crispy. On
but
the
it
bottom,
still keeps its taste. That's what's amazing
yeah,
about it.
on the bottom and the top, so you don't get a soggy bottom.
Well, there's nothing worse than a soggy bottom, is there? Savoury pastry, we make quiches, we make cheese and onion pies. I've done leek and chicken.
Yeah.
I've done shin beef with onion. So that's neat enough. That's fine. And then what we do now is we'd normally prick its bottom.
Ouch.
And then you'd put it back in the fridge for about 20 minutes to half an hour. But we're going to pretend it's been in the fridge because of the timing. Do you want to just freeze your hands? There's a towel there. So we're going to move on to the filling, which Kitty's going to do.
I am.
I'll just move some things out. So we've got a cheese of your choice, and it's thinly sliced, and we've got in there 2 brown onions, sautéed in the frying pan with a bit of oil, salt and pepper. And then all Kitty's going to do is use the spoon, just drop it on.
The
Yeah,
onions?
just in little bits and pieces.
Little bits.
Yeah, that's it. And you can spread it out with your fingers, I'll help you. We just do one layer and then save a bit for on top of the cheese. That's great. And then you just use a finger and that's it. And then layer it with half of the cheese and we'll put some more.
What sort of cheese is that?
I believe it's cheddar.
Yeah.
So really you can just use...
Any cheese, that's it. They can do. If you want, you can always break it like that. It's entirely up to you what you want to do, but as it cooks, it actually spreads out. Then a thin layer of onions again, please. Whoops-a-daisy.
And could you use blue cheese with this?
You can use blue cheese. You can use white cheese. I absolutely adore goat cheese with pine nuts. Use it all, yeah. Onions, leeks work. You can use anything. And what we were going to do, we were going to use cauliflower and broccoli, which I would cut into florets and steam in the microwave before putting it in the pie.
Let's make another pretty pattern.
But we just decided with Kitty coming, we'll just do some cheese and onion.
I'll tell you what is a nice cheese to put on here, and that's Wensleydale ginger.
Oh, yeah.
Wensleydale cheese with ginger in it, which we're lucky enough to live very close to Wensleydale cheese factory, and that'll make a really nice Christmas pie.
Did you put brie in it?
Yeah, you can put any in, and it cooks the same. And then what I've done earlier, hopefully this is going to work because it's not been cold enough. I put 2 sheets of cling film, a third of the pastry, rolled it out. So you take the top, hopefully this is going to work. You take the top sheet of the cling film off it, peel it back carefully.
So I've done this before.
Perfection, eh?
Get rid of that. Just put it behind me. Now this is the fun bit. You slide your hand underneath that and quick as you can, flip it onto the pie. And then you just sort of like jiggle it, or pull it should I say, that's the Yorkshire expression. And then rather than get your hands covered, you can just pad it down. Can you see how it's going into the pie?
Yeah.
And then, whoops, bit of cling film's gone underneath the pastry. We don't want that. We just peel it back carefully. Whoops. You'll get a little bit that wants to stay on. Peel it back. Whoops. Naughty thing. Come on.
Perfect.
Get rid of that. And then, do you want me to do this bit or do you want to have a go at this?
What's this next
You just
bit?
push your thumb or your finger together. It is a bit warm in here. We've actually got the log burner on because it's so cold. So that's why you're not getting my fingerprints. So what we'll do is we'll try it with the knife. And all this is doing is sealing.
The 2 layers.
Yeah. It's not making a pretty pattern, but it's actually sealing. Can you see how it's joining together?
Yeah.
Just tied it up a little bit. Like I say, we're not doing it for dinner party or anything like that.
No, just my family. They won't mind.
Then just get the sharp knife and then you slit it to let the air out. Because Kitty's taking it home to a family, that would go back in the fridge for 20 minutes so it firms up. So pretend it's been in and it's come back out. So before we put it in the oven, because of the ground almonds, we get a sheet of greaseproof, beg your pardon, a sheet of foil paper, not grease. You put it over your pie lid and just put it down like that so it stops it burning. Then you get a tray like so. Put this on the tray before you put it in the oven because of the oil that's in your almonds, your almond flour or coconut flour. It will come and it will go all over your tray. That's natural. If you don't put a tray there, you'll be cleaning your oven. And I don't like cleaning the oven. Do you want to clean the oven?
No.
No. So you pop it in your preheated oven, which I believe is 160 fan, and you cook it for between 30 and 45 minutes. After 30 minutes, I take it out of the oven with oven gloves, take the foil off, and then pop it back in the oven and keep an eye on it so it goes nice and crisp. You then get it out of the oven and put it on a board. Take the foil's taken off, and you leave it to cool for 10 to 15 minutes, and your pastry will crisp up. If you serve it out straight away out of the dish, it becomes crumbly. Whereas if you give it 15 to 20 minutes and cut it and serve it out, you get a nice crisp pastry with a crisp bottom.
You have to wait 15 minutes to eat it.
That's right. So I'm now going to pass it over to Martin.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
If you wanted to make this a sweet pastry, can you add any sugar to it or any sweetener for apple pies?
If you're going to make dessert pastry, you'd use unsalted butter, and instead of adding any extra salt, you'd add we would add stevia, a teaspoonful, depending on your taste, and you do it the same as this.
Right. So if anybody would like to buy either of our books, you can contact us on julianmartinlosingit@gmail.com, and we can post those books out to you. They're also available on Amazon at what price Amazon charge, I'm not quite sure.
$12.99 and $16.99.
$12.99 and $16.99. We're doing a pre-promotional offer for both books, and you can purchase these for £25 plus postage and packaging.
However, all the books you get from us are signed by us if you wish, and they would make a great Christmas present.
So if you've enjoyed watching this video, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, just press on the subscribe button and the little bell at the side, and you'll get notifications of any further recipes or information that we post.
I'd like to say a big thank you for Kitty. We just dragged her in,
Kitty.
put an apron on, and got her to film. So
Thanks for showing me. It'll taste nice.
yeah. So that's all from the Yorkshire Dales. Hope to see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.